Hey guys, Clinton here again, Ace Networker, and I want to welcome you to the second video here where we're talking about how to get a networking career without a bachelor's degree. And yesterday I went over some of the preliminaries of what I actually started with, how I got started out. I got my A Plus certification, I got my Network Plus certification, I studied really hard for those, and I've got some other programs that I'm going to introduce you to later on that will help you grasp your understanding of the Network Plus certification, as well as some aspects of the CCNA certification, to get you a good foundation for truly understanding computer networking. But in this series, we're really talking about the pathway that you would take to get to a networking career without having to have all of that. Now, I remember thinking, what am I doing here? And I had this thought when I was graduating with my associate degree after having gone back to school. I got a job in a call center, and then I worked my way up from there with an A Plus and Network Plus certification. I worked my way up from there and actually studied to get the ICND1, which was the first half of the CCNA certification. And I was working on some Microsoft certifications at the same time. I did all of this, and with that experience, I was able to get a high enough paying position in a call center as a kind of a mid-level supervisor position to help out with any networking aspects. That's one of the things I used to do. But I was able to free myself up to go to night classes and actually take courses toward my associate degree, and I worked really, really hard for 2 years. I didn't have any spare time. You don't have to follow this path, but it's one of the things that I did. As well as getting some networking experience and networking experience, expertise, reliability inside a call center that I was working in, inside that company, and getting my certifications on the side, that helped me with getting my education. So that higher paying job kind of helped me with my education. So what I was doing was I was kind of stepping up, as though I was in between two walls that were really close together with each other. If you ever seen anybody in the movies do that, they kind of step up, they leverage off one, then leverage off the other. That's the path that I took. But I remember being at graduation with my associate's degree after working for 2 years, not having any spare time, dealing with no sleep. It was not a pleasant experience, but I got my associate degree in computer networking, and I remember looking around and thinking, these other people don't have jobs even like I currently have, and they're relying on strictly this associate's degree, or possibly going for 2 to 3 more years to get a bachelor's degree to be the only thing that gets them into a high-paying networking position without any experience. Now, this is the dream that a lot of people have, and there are a few one-off cases where that can happen. But what I'm here to tell you is that the best way to get into the networking field, the best way to get a networking career that pays highly, is to do somewhat along the same lines that I did. And I'm telling you this from personal experience. But I hit a wall here because I remember looking around thinking, they're not going to get jobs. And sure enough, I found out that most of them got their associate's degree in computer networking, but they weren't able to get the jobs because they didn't even have the experience, the work experience, the real-life hands-on experience that I had already developed by simply working in a call center. Take from this what you will. But this is one of the paths that I've seen followed. This is the path that I followed to get there. Now, the obstacle that was presented was, again, I got this associate's degree, but I was still working in a call center, so I wasn't making the money that somebody with an associate's level degree should be making at the time. However, this began to build my resume, so I now had an associate's degree in computer networking, and I had these certifications. So then I decided, I'm going to maintain my experience here and try to get in with the guys that do the networking in our call center. Try to get in with the guys in IT that they dealt with to see if I could network out, and excuse the pun, or excuse the term, network out socially to get to know some of these guys. And that's one of the keys too. You want to network out in any field, in any career path that you choose. But that's what I did. So I networked out and I got to know some of the guys that worked there, and I asked for their expertise. Just like you're getting mine, I asked for theirs. What do you suggest I do to make this happen for me? And I got a lot of good advice from that. I also got a lot of good connections. And it was through one of those connections that I managed to get a job with a big Fortune 500 corporation and in their networking support group. So it was still a call center, but I managed to get to that next level. Now, how I got to that break, I'm going to talk about a little bit more in detail in the next email, the next video that comes along. Understand, though, that I hit a wall when I reached my associate's degree because I had that and a job that wasn't paying much. So, and they're still looking for guys that have the bachelor's degree. Okay, that's primarily what they're looking for first right out of the hat. So anybody that does apply for a position like that, that does have a bachelor's degree, obviously they're going to be at the top of the list. And it's going to push you down a little bit. So that's the obstacle, the biggest obstacle that I came across was that. I had to work hard for it, but I wanted it. How bad do you want it? It's attainable. Take my word for it, it's attainable. And there are more and more positions out here. As I said in the previous video, in email 1 or video 1, there are more and more positions out here, and there's a smaller and smaller pool of people with the expertise like we have to get those jobs, to fill those job positions. So keep that in mind. I'm going to tell you how I got past that obstacle, how I networked out with the other guys in the next video. So be looking forward to that. I will see you in the next video and look forward to that email tomorrow.